Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. His return starts at the 5. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
19, let's go.
Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. Pretty good start here for him. 6 yards on that opening play.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Here's Judkins on 2nd down. And he won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
Where one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Left thing, 19. Ready. Get the Eagles.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Browns are lined up to punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. His work begins at the 31. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Hurry up and get your muscle up, we up the plyometric. Ran about the Lux Mesa up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, people diabetic. They mouth you full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating offense now behind the chains. That's exactly how you're looking to start.
Pass him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and
8. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Short pass brought in. And it will be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Throw is caught, and he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 19 Texans. 18. What's up?
Throwing again. It's Stroud. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
11. 18. Look the hot. Hey, uno more.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. The left side caught by Andrews. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
There's just something fun about throwing that fade up and knowing that even if the guy is there to defend it, you can watch your big tight end go up and get it just like that.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, uno. Tony. Why Tony?
From the red zone on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Shotgun now for Stroud. Collins got it left side. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Guys, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Browns are in the nickel for this 3rd down call.
Oh, right. 18. What's that?
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Justin Simmons on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it.
18. What's that?
Running for it, Mixon. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Here we go. Cut.
It's Sanders out of the pistol. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns go up 6-0 here in the 1st. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys, watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Cost. This is Noel. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans will reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Judkins to begin the drive. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at 1st down here. Another game to Judkins. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Low right side, Dell has it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Judkins up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Bronco East, trap 50, trap 60.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Sanders now on 3rd down. Connection made to Dell. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Fourth down and inches, just too tempting to pass up. They're going to go for it.
Come on, come on.
And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the 1st down, and live to play another day.
Judkins. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Browns take a 2nd quarter lead. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
18.
Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Tony.
To the air, Stroud. No finding his back, Mixon. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
We'll have the 1st down and even more. And Stroud gets him the first with a slide down at the end of it. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans with a 1st and 10. New set of downs for him from the 46.
18. Look the hot.
Stroud to throw on 1st down. Sends this to the end zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Well, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythms, truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Got slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game. And they get this down to the 28. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Escapes the pocket. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
18. What's that?
It's mixed in on 2nd down. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. It was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Stroud now on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this.
Here we go. Tony.
Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the deficit stays at 7.
You would think the kickers should be automatic from anything inside of 40 yards, but I guess that could serve as a little gentle reminder you can never take any kick for granted. So many things have to go right each time for it to be up and good.
On first down, here's Sanders. Completed over the middle. And the Texans grab it! Not much added after the recovery, partner, so that is where they'll take possession from the fumble.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
First down throw by Stroud. Brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got first down from the 31.
Tony, here we go.
Back to throw, Stroud. Hits his running back. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that makes it third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
18, what's that? 19 Texans.
Throw here, third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack brings the offense to fourth down.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. Third time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
All right, they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds left. That means one last play in this half. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10.
All right. Hey, uno.
Looking to throw. Stroud. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback. And they didn't either.
On the quick. Let the hot. 18.
Throwing is Stroud. Has him on a quick hitter. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
18.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Those are the hurry up here.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
2J.
Stroud throwing here on first. Chased out to his right. And he'll go down here, covers up nicely after a gain of 7.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. This one's caught. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Stroud completes it quick. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Second and 3 now.
Here you go. 18.
And the shotgun to give to Mixon. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans push their lead to 3. Set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Showing a little burst so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. Give, here's Judkins. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Texans take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not
the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it.
And he's in! Touchdown, Houston!
Hop in that window, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I